much for being an amazing teacher. You're literally the reason why I came to school junior year.
You were great for my first period of the day, even that boring class, but it was just always you, me, and like Chloe all engaged. It was fun.
Yeah, and thank you for taking us to see Desmond Ward. That was like actually really, we appreciate that a lot because it was fun to be able to meet the author of one of the books we read in your class. So
yeah, thank you
so
very much.
Yeah.
I couldn't have made it through these years without like people that have always talked to me in the hallways, whether it be like a janitor like Mr. Smith or like Lonnie, or even my own teachers from freshman year like Mr. Wattsman and Miss Olivia Grez. And I love all my Spanish teachers also. I'm trying to become bilingual like Miss Oliver. Shout out Miss Diaz and Mr. Tejas. Shout out to my coaches. Shout out to all the lunch ladies.
I want to give a shout out to Mr. Katsopolis, who taught my AP Enviro class. Thank you for changing my perspective and opening my eyes to the environmental problems that our world faces today.
Madame Owl en français, and I want to say thank you for teaching me French this year because I really picked it up, and I'm going to be taking this with me in my life. You know, I might see a French person walking down the street, or I might go to Paris and say bonjour. You really broke it down for me, and like I really know the language because of you.
I'd like to start my first shout out to shouting out my amazing counselor, Miss Ambrose. I could not have done this high school experience without her. She has been absolutely amazing and guided me through every single part of this process. And I want to send a big thank you to her because out of everyone in the school, I feel like she knows me the most, and I really could not have done this whole process without her.
Hi, Mr. Lee. I just wanted to say thank you for an amazing year in AP English. I know that we are 8th period, so sometimes it seems like we don't really care or that we mess around a lot, but honestly, your class has been a source of inspiration for me. I love how you are able to make connections from every sort of text that we read, whether it be an entire play or book or just a short passage. Like, I find that fascinating. I hope to be able to reach that level of literary analyzation one day. You really have encouraged me to go on and continue this sort of study in college in one form or another. I'm very excited to do so after seeing everything that's possible from the English curriculum here. Yeah, thank you so much.
I would really like to thank my English teacher for my junior year and my silk for this year, Miss Bielli. Over the course of senior year, I was diagnosed with depression. And one of the things that became really challenging for me was to get up every day and have the motivation to go up and get to school every day and do my classwork. Miss Bielli, over the course of the year, really helped me with that. She was one of the reasons why I continued to get up every day and have that little bit of motivation to come in and really just help her sophomore class. You've been just such a special part of my life, and not only me, but my family thanks you for how much you've helped me throughout this year.
So this is a JP Coughlin. He's been a true inspiration to me. He's my neighbor. He taught me sophomore year, and I want to say thank you for teaching me the way of history, even though I wasn't really paying attention in your class and I almost failed. We got it done, and I didn't have to go to summer school. And whenever I see you in the halls, I say, what's up, you know, because you're a good man, and I appreciate all the kindness.
A good coach can change a race, but a great coach can change a life. Coach Grosser, you're the personification of this club.
The first thing Coach Grosser ever said to me was, "What color was your pee today?" Which sounds like a really weird question, and definitely was at the time, but it really was just the root of his desire to know whether I was hydrated and prepared for the race that I was running. And honestly, this quote just reflects his commitment to the well-being of all of his athletes. And for the 4 years that I've been coached under him, he has never failed to personalize his care for each of his runners and really get to the root of what's best for everyone.
When Elle and I joined Grosser's group, we immediately noticed how deeply Grosser cared for each and every individual of his athletes. The culture on the team that he facilitates is strong and positive. From my first one, I felt welcomed and supported. His extensive knowledge on running, swimming, water polo, gymnastics, and long jumping created strong athletes with some unique cross-training experiences. I know that being coached by Grosser prepared me for a wide range of life experiences. From diving in ice-cold water to swatting billions of mosquitoes away, I will always be prepared for whatever life brings me.
Although we have been naming our first memories with Grosser, this past year has been full of laughs. From our last white mini bus ride, last Johnny's run, and our last spring, we can't help but be emo. I think I can speak for all the seniors when I say that it feels odd that next fall won't bring orange and blue ribbons in my hair and 6 a.m. practices on Friday mornings. One of the main reasons we will miss this all so much is because of Grosser. This team and its close-knit, fun and supportive community would not be possible without him. Grosser, as we collected memories of all the athletes you've coached, every girl repeated how special you made them feel and the profound difference you've had on others. Thank you for the difference you have made, and for instilling in us that if you want to run fast, run fast. Have fun running fast in California. We're really going to miss you. Thanks, Grosser.
Thanks, Grosser.
One of the teachers I really loved was Mr. Fisher. I had him junior year. Such a great guy. I mean, like, he did more than just teach history, of course. He acted as if the whole class was a family, and it felt that way. Like, I'd go in every day and it felt like, you know, just another day with the boys and girls and just having fun. It was amazing, and I couldn't ask for a better experience. So thank you, Mr. Fisher.
One of my favorite teachers from this year has been Mr. Dormy. He had my brother beforehand, and so he always told me, you gotta take Mr. Dormy's class, and I'm so glad I did. It was one of my favorite classes I ended up taking throughout high school. It was one of the most engaging and interesting, and he's always been so willing to talk to me after class when I was like overly nerding out about all the different topics. He never made me feel weird about it, and the discussions and everything it always lighted up my day.
Hey Mr. MacMurray, thank you for being the best history teacher I've ever had. We appreciate everything you do for your students, especially the memes you set in their minds. Although it may not have seemed like it at times, Andrew and I learned a lot in your class. Not only about history, but about life in general. I know you'll continue to inspire all of your students in the future, just like you inspired us.
Mr. MacMurray, I want to thank you for all that you've done for me over the past few years. Thank you for being the best teacher I've ever had, and for all the funny remind messages you sent us in the group chat. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity to soak for you and for helping me learn so much and preparing me for my future in college and beyond. Keep being the best teacher to all your students and an incredible golf coach too.
Hi, Mr. Bator. I just wanted to say thank you for a great year in calculus. It's definitely been a very long one and a very challenging one for me, but I'm really glad that you were the teacher to bring me around in that class and to help me out. I want to say thank you for being there before school if I ever had questions, and being there after school if I ever had questions, or right after class or during class. And I just really appreciate all the time you put in, and I don't think I would be where I am today in the class if it wasn't for your constant assistance with the homework and questions and just your encouragement to keep on going. So thank you.
We just want to say thank you to Miss Reynolds and Mr. Connor, because I feel like you all are two people in the school that don't necessarily get the recognition that they deserve. Like, you all are very amazing. You all are, just two great people for real. Y'all look out for the students more than a lot of teachers in the building, for me, my personal experience, I should say.
Yeah, thanks Miss Reynolds for being like my school mom and always pushing me to, continue doing whatever I like and things like that. And thank you, Mr. Khan, for drilling me to like always turn in my homework or get my grades up. Yeah, thanks.
For Miss Reynolds, I would like to say just thank you for being there for me. Thank you for being the shoulder that I could always lean on when I needed it. For everyone else, I always felt like I had to be strong, but I knew I could just be cool with you. I could be relaxed. And you were definitely like my mom away from home, and you always provided, you would always advocate for us if we needed it. And I really appreciate you for that, and I appreciate you just for being real and giving us the space to just be who we are. And for Mr. Khan, you've actually done so much for me. It's like emotionally, like you always make me talk about what I'm going through, even when I don't want to talk about it, to help me process whatever I need. And you could always just tell if something was wrong with me, even if no one else could. So I really appreciate you for being there and caring about me and my health.
Thank you to Miss Wallah, my social worker here at the high school. She's always been there for me and always been so sweet.
And Laura Young taught me sophomore year, and I took for her senior year. And I just want to say thank you for everything, and you've taught me so much. And without you, I wouldn't really be here like this. So thank you.
I just want everybody to know that they're really special, that these last 4 years really meant a lot to me, and I'll enjoy the conversations that I always had with every single person that I came in contact with. I want you guys to know that I won't forget you.
Thank you.